Today we have 15 GoPro Volta tips and tricks. The GoPro Volta is a premium battery grip and tripod designed for the GoPro Hero 10, GoPro Hero 11, even the GoPro Hero 8 and 9. Tip number 1, rotating the head. Right out of the box, it's not all that obvious how to rotate the head, but you can grip the Volta body firmly in one hand, grip the head in another hand and simply rotate it around. Just be careful with the cable that you don't twist it too far and break it. Tip number 2, the push button mounting fingers. The GoPro Volta comes equipped with 2 mounting fingers on the side. But how do you get them out? Push the button and they'll pop out. How do you get them back in? Push the button and it will unlock them so you can push the 2 fingers back in. Tip number 3, powering your GoPro using the Volta. It took me ages to figure out how to run the GoPro from the Volta. First of all, you need to make sure that you've paired your Volta with the GoPro, which we'll show you later. You should only have to do this once. After the initial pairing, just give the mode button on the Volta a quick press and your GoPro should power up, ready for action. To record, just press the shutter button and you'll start recording. Press it again to stop recording, and when you want to power off your Volta, give the mode button a long press and your GoPro should power off. Sometimes it's a little difficult to see what mode you're in. With tip number 5, we just glance at the LED lights at the top of the Volta to tell us what mode we're in. To change modes, you just simply press the mode button. When you're in photo mode, the button on the right will be illuminated. Time-lapse mode, the button on the left will be illuminated. When you're in video mode, the center button will be illuminated. Volta tip number 6, pairing your Volta and your GoPro. Before I figured out how to power the GoPro using the Volta, and tip number 3, I was having to pair the Volta and the GoPro literally every time I wanted to use the Volta. It was so annoying. Actually, if you don't turn on the GoPro via the Volta mode button, you'll probably have to re-pair the Volta. So use the mode button to turn on your GoPro. If you do need to pair your Volta on the GoPro Hero 11 black screen, first swipe down to see the main dashboard. Second, swipe right to see the preferences menu. Third, click the preferences button. Fourth, click wireless connections. Fifth, click connect device. 6, press Volta. Then you get a message to hold the Bluetooth button for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Connection is successful. Your GoPro Hero 11 Black and your Volta should now be paired. Volta tip number 7, check the battery life. If you want to check how much battery life is left in your Volta, press the battery button and the LED lights will illuminate. 4 lights means 60 to 80% charge, 5 lights means 80 to 100% charge. Volta, tip number 8. Did you know your Volta can also work as a remote control? You can turn on your GoPro wirelessly from up to 30 meters away so you can have your GoPro mounted on some cool spot and just turn it on. Start recording using the shutter button. My advice is to have a look at the GoPro and see some telltale sign that it actually started recording. Tip number 9, no more dangly cables. This is for those times when you're using your Volta as a remote control and you have this annoying dangly cable. The solution is to plug it into this charging port and you have no dangly cables. Volta tip number 10. Did you know you can charge other devices with your Volta? For instance, I have my JBL earbuds here. I can simply charge them by plugging them into my Volta. Tip number 11. Don't get your Volta wet. Did you know the GoPro Volta is not waterproof? Dip it in water and you'll likely be needing to buy a brand new Volta. I'm pretty sure you won't get it replaced on warranty. At least they're weather resistant. Volta tip number 12. As with many GoPro products, there comes a time when it may just freeze up and needs a hard reset. You need to do a hard reset on the Volta by pressing the mode button and the shutter button together for 8 seconds. After you've done a hard reset, you should not have to repair your Volta. It still works as it did before. Volta tip number 13, time-lapse video. If you want to take a super long time-lapse video, you need a super steady camera and an exceptional battery life. And the Volta excels in both of those things. That makes the Volta perfect for extra long time-lapse videos. Volta tip number 14. Using the 1/4" mount at the bottom of the Volta, as long as you purchase the correct mounting adapter shoe, you can screw this on to a full-size tripod. This makes it even more versatile for time-lapse videos. Volta tip number 15, how many battery charges? If you're wondering how many times a Volta will charge your GoPro battery, a fully charged Volta will triple the battery life of a regular GoPro Hero 11 Black battery. That's it for the 15 GoPro Volta tips and tricks. Hopefully your GoPro Volta grip, tripod and remote just got even more awesome with some pro tips.